The key findings indicate that we really do need to upgrade nursing education because there is a huge practice education gap. And for too long, we have far too much separation from knowledge acquisition and knowledge use and clinical knowledge and classroom knowledge. So we're going to focus on integrative teaching strategies, and we're also going to focus on what it takes to teach a practice discipline where experiential learning and situated thinking are absolutely required. And in nursing, students must confront, often for the first time, suffering and vulnerability of their patients. They enter high-stakes learning environments, and also they must use science appropriately, technology appropriately, in particular clinical situations. Much like the clergy, they also have to deal with fractured or interrupted life worlds where meanings and capacities have changed. So we're going to focus on what it requires to teach effectively in the domain-specific practice of nursing, which is quite different than teaching math or English. Even though there may be some shared principles, there are very many domain-specific pedagogies, like situated coaching, that are required in teaching nurses to think and act like nurses. The next major paradigm shift is to move from using curricular threads and competencies strung across the curriculum or the courses as the primary integrative strategy. We want to move to an integrative strategy of integrating those three high-end apprenticeships. We want to integrate classroom teaching and clinical teaching, and we want to integrate the acquisition of knowledge and the use of that knowledge. So integrating knowledge acquisition and knowledge use means that when you present new knowledge, you also contextualize it. You also present how that might show up in practice. You help the students imagine.
Was this notion of formation.
Right.
And that came from the clergy study, but it was all, I actually think that our study, our embrace of formation, in turn influenced other colleagues there.
Probably medicine and law, actually.
And the book on the doctorate, the formation of scholars.
Right, right.
It wasn't that the clergy had presented it but I feel as though we took that and pushed it a little bit.
We're talking about formation. The best metaphor is dance.
And you can't learn to foxtrot if you're listening to the tango.
Right, right.
And you can't, I mean, you just can't.
And you also, it's so relational, and the way you're with your partner, the way you are attuned to the music, all these things are very much like the skilled know-how and relational work that forms you as a nurse.
And that ballet.
Right.
And of first meeting a patient that a nurse will take up.